I'm sure you've heard the news. The UK can destroy Russia in just 55 minutes, and Russia knows this. On November 20th, 2024, the ancient city of Kursk, nestled deep within Russia's heartland, became a crucible of international tension. This city, with its rich history and cultural significance, found itself at the epicenter of a geopolitical storm that would reverberate across the globe. A shadow fell over the city, not of clouds, but of missiles. The sky, once a canvas of peace, was now streaked with the ominous trails of destruction. Ukrainian forces, equipped with the deadly accurate ATACMS and Storm Shadow missiles, unleashed a devastating strike. These advanced weapons, known for their precision and lethality, were aimed with unerring accuracy. Their target, a clandestine Russian command post, nerve center of their operations. This command post was crucial, coordinating various military activities and strategies. The strike was swift, surgical, and utterly devastating. In mere moments, the landscape was transformed by the ferocity of the attack. The command post was vaporized, reduced to smoldering rubble. What was once a hub of activity was now a scene of desolation and ruin. Among the casualties was Lieutenant General Valery Solochuk, a highly decorated officer and architect of Russia's military strategy. His loss was a significant blow to the Russian military hierarchy. Hundreds of his men perished alongside him. The human cost of the strike was staggering, leaving a void in the ranks of the Russian forces. The world watched with bated breath. News of the strike spread rapidly, capturing the attention of global audiences and sparking intense discussions. The strike on Kursk was not just a military operation. It was a message that resonated far beyond the immediate battlefield. A message of defiance, of growing Ukrainian strength, and a stark warning to the Kremlin. It signaled a shift in the balance of power and a new phase in the conflict. The attack marked a turning point in the conflict, a dangerous escalation with unforeseen consequences. The stakes were now higher than ever, with both sides bracing for what lay ahead. The ghost of nuclear war, which had haunted the fringes of the conflict, now loomed large, casting a long shadow over the future of Europe and the world. The specter of a larger, more catastrophic confrontation was now a grim possibility. Deep beneath the waves, far from the public eye, prowled the United Kingdom's silent guardians. These guardians, shrouded in mystery and cloaked by the ocean's depths, are the unsung heroes of national security. 4 Vanguard-class submarines. These steel leviathans, each a masterpiece of engineering and stealth, are the epitome of naval prowess. Their sleek, formidable design allows them to glide through the ocean undetected, a testament to human ingenuity and technological advancement. Formed the bedrock of Britain's nuclear deterrent. Within their cavernous hulls, they carry the nation's ultimate insurance policy. The interior of these submarines is a labyrinth of advanced technology and weaponry, manned by a dedicated crew who ensure its readiness at all times. The Trident II, D-5 submarine-launched ballistic missiles. Each Trident missile, a marvel of modern engineering, represents the pinnacle of destructive power. These missiles are meticulously maintained and prepared, ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. Could deliver multiple nuclear warheads with pinpoint accuracy over a distance of 4,600 miles. The precision and range of these missiles make them a formidable deterrent, capable of reaching targets across vast distances with devastating effect. Traveling at a blistering speed of 20,000 feet per second, they could reach their targets in a terrifyingly short amount of time. The sheer speed and power of these missiles are a stark reminder of the destructive capabilities at the nation's disposal. For Moscow, a city less than 2,500 miles from the Royal Navy's submarine bases, the journey would take a mere 55 minutes. This proximity underscores the strategic importance of the Vanguard submarines and their patrol routes. The Vanguard submarines, operating in shifts, maintained a constant presence beneath the waves. This strategy, known as continuous at-sea deterrence, ensures that at least one submarine is always on patrol, ready to respond to any threat. Maintained a constant presence beneath the waves. This strategy, known as continuous at-sea deterrence, is a cornerstone of the UK's defence policy, providing an ever-present deterrent against potential aggressors. Ensured that the United Kingdom could launch a retaliatory strike at any moment, day or night, regardless of the circumstances. The readiness and vigilance of the crew are paramount as they stand guard over the nation's security. The submarine on patrol remained an unseen specter, a silent guardian at the edge of the abyss, ready to unleash its terrible payload at a moment's notice. These silent hunters are a crucial element of the nation's defense, ever watchful and ever ready. Ready to unleash its terrible payload at a moment's notice. The constant vigilance and preparedness of these submarines ensure that the United Kingdom remains secure, its silent hunters ever watchful beneath the waves. The Kremlin's response to the Kursk attack was swift and furious. President Putin, his face contorted with rage, took to the airwaves, his voice laced with venom. He condemned the strike as a barbaric act of aggression and vowed swift and devastating retaliation. His words sent shivers down the spines of world leaders. Putin's threats were not empty rhetoric. He brandished Russia's own nuclear arsenal like a sword, reminding the world of its destructive power. He boasted of the Oreshnik missile, a hypersonic weapon capable of traveling at 10 times the speed of sound, designed to evade even the most sophisticated missile defense systems. More ominously, Russia unveiled an updated nuclear doctrine, one that significantly lowered the threshold for nuclear war. The new doctrine broadened the definition of sovereignty to encompass not just territorial integrity, but also regime stability, external influence, and even control of information. The United Kingdom, however, was not easily cowed. The nation possessed a long and storied history of standing up to bullies, of staring down threats with unwavering resolve. From the Battle of Britain to the Cold War, the British had faced down aggression time and again. In recent years, the United Kingdom had shown its willingness to respond decisively to Russian provocations. The poisonings of Alexander Litvinenko in 2006 and Sergei Skripal in 2018, both attributed to Russian agents, were met with swift and resolute action. The message was clear. The United Kingdom would not tolerate acts of aggression on its soil or against its citizens. The Kursk attack, while a significant escalation, did not change this fundamental calculus. The United Kingdom remained steadfast in its support of Ukraine, providing military aid, intelligence sharing, and unwavering diplomatic backing. The United Kingdom's nuclear deterrent, while formidable, was not a weapon to be brandished lightly. It was a shield, a deterrent, a last resort in the face of existential threat. The United Kingdom's nuclear strategy, unlike that of some other nuclear powers, was shrouded in deliberate ambiguity. The British government refused to be drawn into hypothetical scenarios or to define precisely what circumstances would trigger a nuclear response. This calculated vagueness was designed to keep potential adversaries guessing, to sow doubt in their minds, and to underscore the unpredictable nature of nuclear war. This strategy of deliberate ambiguity, while unsettling to some, was seen as a vital component of the United Kingdom's nuclear deterrent. It was a high-stakes game of poker, one in which the United Kingdom held a strong hand but refused to reveal its cards. The Vanguard submarines, while marvels of engineering, were not immune to the passage of time. These vessels, launched in the 1990s, were nearing the end of their service lives. Maintenance costs were rising, and concerns about their long-term reliability were growing. To address these challenges, the United Kingdom had embarked on an ambitious program to develop a new generation of nuclear-armed submarines, the Dreadnought class. These submarines, larger and more technologically advanced than their predecessors, were designed to serve as the backbone of the United Kingdom's nuclear deterrent for decades to come. The first Dreadnought submarine was expected to enter service in the early 2030s, with 3 more to follow. These vessels would ensure that the United Kingdom retained a credible nuclear deterrent, capable of guaranteeing the nation's security in an increasingly uncertain world. Putin's nuclear brinkmanship was a high-stakes gamble, a desperate attempt to regain the initiative and sow fear in the hearts of his adversaries. He seemed to be betting that the West, faced with the unthinkable prospect of nuclear war, would pressure Ukraine into a ceasefire on Russian terms. However, Putin's gamble was fraught with risk. He had misjudged the West's resolve and underestimated the strength of the international community's commitment to Ukraine. His nuclear threats, far from cowing the West, had only served to strengthen their resolve and solidify their support for Ukraine. The world watched with bated breath, caught in a dangerous game of chicken between nuclear-armed powers. The United Kingdom's nuclear deterrent, while a source of both pride and anxiety, was an unfortunate necessity in a world where the threat of nuclear war remained all too real. This deterrent was not just a symbol of power, but a complex and costly endeavor that required immense resources and unwavering dedication. It was a reminder of the fragility of peace, of the ever-present potential for conflict, and of the terrible price that humanity could pay for its folly. The images of destruction served as a stark warning of what could happen if these weapons were ever used. The continuous at-sea deterrence policy, while essential for maintaining the credibility of the United Kingdom's nuclear deterrent, came at a significant cost. This policy ensured that at least one nuclear-armed submarine was always on patrol, ready to respond to any threat at a moment's notice. It required constant vigilance, unwavering commitment, and the dedication of countless men and women who served in the Royal Navy's submarine service. These individuals underwent rigorous training and faced numerous challenges to ensure they were prepared for any situation. These submariners, often referred to as the silent service, spent months at a time submerged beneath the waves, cut off from the outside world. Their lives were marked by isolation and the need for absolute precision in their duties. The Vanguard and Dreadnought submarines, these silent guardians of the abyss, represented both the best and worst of humanity. They were testaments to human ingenuity, to our ability to harness the power of the atom, but also to our capacity for destruction. The United Kingdom's nuclear deterrent, while a necessary evil in a dangerous world, served as a stark reminder of the importance of diplomacy, dialogue, and international cooperation. It underscored the need for peaceful resolution of conflicts, for disarmament, and for a world free from the threat of nuclear annihilation. The men and women who served on these submarines, the guardians of the abyss, carried a heavy burden. They were the silent sentinels of peace, the ultimate deterrent against nuclear war. Theirs was a thankless task, but one that was essential for the safety and security of the United Kingdom and the world.